And so we're jumping back in. So for those of you joining us, 49 coming at you with game number 2. We'll be joined by King Killer, captain of Horsemen of the Ruckus, as my co-caster. We're just going to go over the same picks and bans. This is the third remake, just due to the fact that the captain accidentally banned out the wrong hero. Mistakes do happen from time to time, so just to recap the picks and bans for both teams: Lone Druid, Nature's Prophet, Earthshaker, and DK for Psychos. So Lone Druid and Nature's Prophet for Felfie and friends.
Dire team ban. Dire team ban.
There we go. So this time we've got it right. So first pick Lycanthrope, first pick Rubik. Was commenting on how interesting the Rubik pickup was, and so they get first and second ban. They disconnected during second pickup. So King Killer, you with me now? Never mind. He probably will be jumping back in at some point, but at the moment it looks like it's going to be a solo cast. Deliberating a bit on their second pickup. So Felfie and friends, with that Lycan first pick, the reason why you don't first pick Lycan is because it already gives away your strategy. But Felfie and friends, they've been using the strategy, and all the games are casted so far, they really like to go for Lycanthrope as their carry whenever they're on the Dire. Just because with that Dire side advantage, it is so easy to go for Roshan, and he does come online a lot faster than any other carry in the game, as he has two innate steroid abilities that just need points up in them. And if he gets an early Necro 3, you can take all your towers. Every time you lose a fight against Lycanthrope, you pretty much lose a Rax. Naga Siren coming out, so Naga Siren and Rubik, two very strong defensive support heroes, both very greedy, so this could turn out to be their downfall. Naga Siren needs a lot of levels as well as gold before she's effective, as you want points up in all three of her abilities. They're all equally powerful, and her ultimate just gets better the more levels you have in it, as the cooldown reduction is reduced from 180 to 120 from level 1 to level 2, and down to 60 seconds at level 3. Significant cooldown reduction, as her ultimate remains exactly the same. Great teamfight ability, as you could use it either to initiate, especially if you go for a Blink Dagger or 4-staff, which Sing 2 Valerie did over on Team TYK. Used it to set up a phenomenal teamfight initiation. They had the Naga Siren Sleep to set up the dodged tombstones. He was able to start the fight with 2-3 zombies, and then follow up with the next assassin or the Death Prophet, who were waiting in the wings to come in with their disable spells. Start the fight 3v5, Juggernaut would then come in, throw out the Omni Slash, clean up anything that anyone that's managed to survive that first impact. And so Enigma Bat immediately coming up from Felfie and friends. They don't want to deal with that teamfight wombo combo coming up from Psychos, and they go once again with that Disruptor pickup. Felfie's friend has been playing fantastic over on the Disruptor, was really able to mitigate a lot of Slark's impact just by glimpsing him back whenever he went too far forward. Kunkka ban coming out from Team Psychos. Not really too sure what the rationale for that was. I guess play, laugh, grow. He's played Dragon Knight, so I suppose in theory he must be able to play a Kunkka. Otherwise it's a bit of a wasted ban, as Kunkka, especially when you have a Deathball push lineup like with the Lycanthrope, you want a carry hero that can offer some kind of split pushing ability, so someone like a Death Prophet would have been perhaps a better ban.
5 seconds remaining.
They did ban out the Dragon Knight though, so they could be just aiming for Felfie and friends mid heroes. Ancient Apparition ban coming out from Felfie and friends, afraid of the power coming out from them, especially as you can consider the fact that Naga Siren could go mid, so we could be seeing some miracle Naga plays where he goes mid, gets some early points up in the Riptide as well as the Mirror Image, gets that split push farm coming out, and then picks up that Radiance and creates space for his team. So we've got Darkseer. So this is the winning combination for TI2, Naga Siren with the Darkseer. So we could be seeing Naga Siren and Darkseer as two of the 3 cores. They haven't picked up the third core yet, so it could be a farming Naga Siren, but the best thing with Naga Siren is that she's a very flexible hero. You could use her in almost any role. She can't offlane, unfortunately, or jungle, but she can go mid. She can serve either as a tri-lane farmer or as a support hero. I guess she's not terrible as an offlaner, but there are better heroes for it. Darkseer, and especially with the Darkseer pickup, you want him to go in the offlane. So Timbersaw going to be duking it out with Darkseer.
Radiant team pick.
And that matchup actually would have to give the advantage to the Darkseer, as Timbersaw is heavily reliant on reactive armor to the winner's lane as well as Whirling Death. Whirling Death, very powerful, but since Darkseer is an intelligence hero, it's not going to limit his HP pool the way it does for strength heroes, and his reactive armor isn't going to proc from Ion Shell. Darkseer's damage is magical coming up from that, so that actually will give him a significant advantage. However, if the Timbersaw player is a lot better in terms of player skills, he can play patiently until he hits level 6. Start throwing out those Whirling Deaths, going for the Temper, and then try to get the kill that way. Just going to quickly log out of Steam.
Reserve
And so the
time.
Slark ban coming out from Team Psycho, so they picked him up in game number 1. He did a lot for his team, but unfortunately the Necrophos pick really screwed them. It was very unconventional. He chose to max out Heartstopper Aura before he maxed out Sadist. Even though he picked up an 8-9 minute mechanism, they weren't able to capitalize on that push, as Necrophos ran out of mana, so he couldn't sustain his death pulses during those fights. Wasn't able to secure kills with his Reaper Scythe. One of the critical issues with Necrophos is that he has to secure a kill, just because he has such huge mana issues, and so Sadist and the Reaper Scythe change have really come a long way to switch it around. His Reaper Scythe now lasts for 2 seconds. If they die at all during that duration, you're credited with the kill, and Sadist Aura procs is 10 times stronger when it's a hero kill as opposed to a creep. And so with the level 4 Sadist, if you get a kill on a hero, I believe it's something like 600 mana and about 600 HP, 450 HP and about 600 mana you
Dire
regenerate.
team pick.
As you have HP regeneration from Sadist as well. Sven picked up as a farmer, so we've got a Sven, Rubik, Naga Siren tri-lane. Actually a very strong triple stun tri-lane. Lacking a bit in the burst damage, you do have the Riptide and the Fade Bolt, but Fade Bolt isn't the strongest nuke in the game. Riptide is okay, but its primary effect is that while it doesn't do the most damage, it offers a lot of utility by reducing armor, as well as propagating into illusions. King Killer, you with me now?
10 seconds
I
remaining.
have arrived.
Any thoughts on the draft so far?
5 seconds
It's
remaining.
pretty cool, eh? I like the Naga pickup and the Darkseer.
Yeah, we're kicking at TI too.
Yeah, exactly.
And they've got a really strong tri-lane with Rubik, Siren, and Sven. So you've got the telekinetic lift into ensnare into the Stormbolt.
I see that Invoker hasn't been banned out.
Would you like to see an Invoker pickup from Felfu?
I would very much like to see an Invoker pickup.
They're going your second favorite hero, Death Prophet. So they're going for that French accent and that push. 5th ban coming out. They
Utility.
Yeah, they really want to ban out Visage now. You don't want to go against that exact same combination. Felfi and friends sticking to their guns. They love to disrupt the
10
tri-lane.
seconds remaining.
They love to Lycanthrope carry, especially when they die. I would actually have to
5
hand the advantage
seconds
to Lycan
remaining.
over Sven as a carry 1v1 matchup, just because he's going to be going for that Necro book. And so he could burn down Sven before he could bring him down. And a Meepo... I'm actually not too sure what that ban was, but hey, you never know. Maybe they've been practicing some crazy strats. Road to 2.5k MMR. Very happy he's going to pick up that Visage. And so they're going to go with the exact same tri-lane they
10
had before.
seconds remaining.
Although Darkseer against Timbersaw, who'd you have to give the
5
advantage to? I was
seconds
thinking
remaining.
Darkseer because of the Ion Shell going past reactive armor.
Yeah, I'd rather be the Darkseer.
Radiant team pick.
I am quite surprised that they switched the pick to K Fisher now, because he didn't see how game 1 went, really.
Yeah, he was their captain. He wasn't available for game number 1. And so maybe that was why they went for the Dragon Knight as their second ban. And we've got a Pudge pickup!
Oh, cool.
Dire team
Fuck.
Very unconventional draft coming out with both the Sven as well as the Pudge. Darkseer is a very outdated offlane hero just because he does need so many levels before he's effective and he needs a reasonable amount of farm. As his contribution to ganks is put Ion Shell, Surge, and run up to them. Until you get a lot of points up in the vacuum or the wall, you can't really do all too much for the rest of your team. So that's why he needs to get a decent amount of EXP, and that's the reason why he stopped not being picked so much anymore.
10
As the
seconds
fact that
remaining.
your offlane hero needs to create space for the rest of your team, not the other way around. He just needs
5
too much farm
seconds
before he starts to
remaining.
pick up. Sven is one of those carries that, because he has that strong early game potential with the Stormbolt,
Reserve time.
he can actually transition into a hard carry role just by killing the enemy carries and keeping them down, similar to a Chaos Knight. And with this recent
At
buff,
this stage, I think Felfi can pick up any hero and rape them.
I still would like to see the Visage, but no, they're going with the Crystal Maiden, so
Sweet.
no Visage. Very surprising, especially since they know they're clashing Tri-v-Tri. And so
Very
Cave...
foolish against a Pudge. Get the summons to block the hooks, it's all good.
Yeah, that too. Visage Familiars, they tank arrows and hooks. Incredibly handy little dudes to have on your side. So road to 2.5k MMR,
So,
playing his favorite hero up on the Timbersaw.
scared of that. I wish I was that Pudge this game. This is gonna be interesting.
Really? Up against the Death Prophet? Shouldn't she completely wreck Pudge in lane?
I think if Pudge gets uphill advantage, he could easily into CS the same.
That's true. It's just the fact that Death
10
Prophet
seconds
controls
remaining.
the mid lane by constantly throwing out Crib Swarm, so she's always going to be keeping Pudge low. And so even if he does go for a hook gank, Death Prophet always has that ability to turn it around.
Prepare
Be
for
afraid,
battle.
he's got a Dragon Claw.
Oh, so you never know, this could be the surprise strat. So Felfie playing Lycanthrope once again. Ayo, the offlane Mirana in the last game, played a great Mirana, playing Crystal Maiden this time, so he's switching up. Road to 2.5k MMR was the Visage, now up on Timbersaw. He does play a pretty good Timbersaw in the series against SMB. MVP again, number 2, he completely decimated the other team. Play Laugh Grow, Dragon Knight in the last game, now over on Death Prophet, and Felfie's friend playing Disruptor once again. I swear he must be getting sick of that hero. He's been playing it so much. So we've got one of their stand-ins for Psychos playing that Naga Siren. Just rotating around, going to place a ward to provide that vision for Pudge. That uphill ward that she's going to place over here, such a good important thing for Pudge as it gives them uphill vision at all times, makes it easier for them to land those hooks. So K Fisher, captain and mid player over in the Pudge. Corvette,
30
another
seconds
stand-in
to
playing that
battle.
Darkseer, so he's going to be up in the off lane. And we've got 2001, the carry player. Oh god, Felfie and Friends catches out stand-in. He's going to take a fall. Frostbite level 1, Thunderstrike, Crypt Swarm, and that's early boots for the Disruptor. This is something Felfie and Friends do every single game. They always group at 5, smoke, and then rotate over into the enemy jungle just to place their wards aggressively and try to pick somebody off. It looks like stand-in caught in a position.
The battle begins.
Good start for Felfie and Friends. Invisibility rune spawning in the top lane, scouted out by the Wolves. So he's going to ping that out, especially dangerous with the Pudge. Could actually choose to deny it. We see Play Laugh Grow, going for a pretty standard Death Prophet build. Actually, he's starting to choose with a Salve as well. I thought she would have gone for the Bottle Rush.
I am surprised that the Pudge didn't get a Stout Shield.
Yeah, starting with the second Gauntlet of Strength isn't really going to be all too effective when you're going to be tanking all the right clicks from Death Prophet. She does hit surprisingly hard, and with that 600 range, you see her right now just zoning him out. Especially with the uphill advantage. The fact that he has a ward there placed by the Naga Siren does make it a bit easier for him. But he's not going to be having all too much fun. Well, that's happening in the top lane. I guess Disruptor's a great counterpick to the Darkseer as well, just because you could glimpse him back on your Surges. But with only a Crystal Maiden, Frost Nova, and Frostbite to lock him in place, it might not be enough damage to be able to bring him down. But we'll see how well the Darkseer plays. Pudge hanging back, just picks up level 2. And Timbersaw also forced to play very defensively. 1 point up in reactive. So he's going to use that to give himself sustainability. Death Prophet controlling the lane. Pudge has 1 CS right now. Went in for another one, eats a Crypt Swarm to the face. This is how Death Prophet wins mid, especially now that she has enough gold for a bottle, so that'll be coming out to her shortly. He's gonna get a free level though.
Not even going to go for the last hits.
You see him missing 2. I don't know what Pudge is doing. Those are 2 free CS that he could have got there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Whiffs both of them. We see a safety ward planted on the Radiant side, which is very surprising. You see this placed by the Dire to see the rotations coming out from the support, but as a Radiant, you don't want to place a ward there. You want to place a safety ward. We've got a hasted Rubik running up, so they want to go in for a gank. The Play Laugh Grow immediately rotates back. He saw the Rubik go for it. You want to have a place safety ward over there as the Radiant side to give yourself that defensive vision when the supports rotate, especially as a Darkseer. It's so important that you don't get caught out of position. Rubik just hanging around with that haste rune, scaring back the Death Prophet. But Play Laugh Grow playing it very safe. Over in the bottom lane, Timbersaw actually copying a decent amount of damage. He's just duking it out against the Span, able to throw out those Welling Deaths to keep him in place. The Ensnare as well as the Riptide are great counters to Timbersaw as you prevent him from Timber Chaining out. And you also, while Pudge missing another CS there, gets that last one at the end of that right click. As well as the Riptide reducing his armor, so it negates his reactive armor. Interesting to note, Death Prophet has gone for a point in silence. Do you think against the Pudge, the point in silence is necessary? And we see Sven hanging around. The supports have rotated away. They're going for a rotation now, but that's going to be spotted out. So road to 2.5k MMR, going to wisely back away, choosing to max out Timbersaw. Actually, he hasn't decided to rotate. He needs to Timber Chain himself out right now, so he gets to the range. Never mind, he could go for a TP instead. He's got boots, but both supports are hanging around. Yeah, he Timber Chains to safety. Great play coming out from the Timbersaw. Recognizing that if he was seen, he could get Teleconnect lifted or ensnared. Jukes his way through, and then is able to chain to safety. Zip zapping like Spider-Man from tree to tree. Pudge hanging around level 5, went for a hook attempt, only just picked up his bottle. 5 CS, 1 deny, compared to the Death Prophet who has 12 for 4. Darkseer, Ion shelling himself. I guess he recognized that the support players weren't around to bully him in the lane, so instead of shelling a creep, he shells himself, uses it to zone out the Lycanthrope. Felfi's friend, great double pull coming up from him. He's going to try to get as much EXP as possible. And this Timbersaur's gotten a lot of free XP. Surprised that supports haven't gone for a gank attempt on him, but with that safety ward, it's very difficult. Sven picks up the treads. He's got a point up in cleave. He's actually choosing to max cleave with 1 point up in the Stormbolt. Very questionable skill build order. What are your thoughts on him choosing the max cleave over the Stormbolt?
By the gods, the
over in the middle lane. Actually, and Snap misses and hits the creep.
What a brave tower.
And with Exorcism up, looks like Death Prophet's going to get a free kill. Never mind, chooses not to go for it. Rubik's coming in from the back end, so you have to keep that in mind. There's a telekinetic lift, but Pudge doesn't go for the hook, eats the Crypt Storm to the face, and takes one more right click and takes a fall. And Snare at tower range though, so they do trade 1 for 1. But very questionable plays coming out from the Radiant side. They do at least waste the Exorcism, so I guess they've got that working out for them. Support rotation of AO and Felfi's friend. One of the reasons why Crystal Maiden is such a strong support hero is the fact that she could always rotate into the jungle whenever nothing's happening and just freeze a creep for some gold. She actually chose to go for 2 points in the Arcane Aura. Would have liked to see one in the Frost Nova just to help set up the abilities for the rest of the team. Nagasarin duking it out with road to 2.5k MMR, but Timbersaw is more than happy to go with this. Pudge is now rotating, gets the hook. Hook actually misses on the stun target. Timbersaw's going to get a free kill right now. Goes over the Timber Chain. And just picked up level 6, so he has his Chakram. Almost has his Arcane Boots. 3 heroes in the bottom lane, but 3 rotating in from the Felfian friend. Chakram flies out. Rubik takes a fall. Hook misses once again. Pudge pickup, very questionable. Sven's still hanging around CSing while all this is happening. He doesn't really care. And he's going to take a fall with Chakram up, as well as the Frostbite. Frostbite, Arcane Boots just picked up. Warcry popped. Actually, Chakram misses. And doesn't have enough mana for a Whirling Death. Sven might be able to survive. He's just got enough mana, but the Thunder Strike's going to kill him off. Pudge coming in, trying to go for a kill. He doesn't have mana for another hook, but he doesn't have his Dismember. He's trying to kill Road to 2.5k MMR. Wait, where is that point blank hook? He throws out, he misses again. These are some PGG level hooks. Timbersaw laughing in the background. What the hell is going on in this game? While all that's happening...
God, that guy needs to land a hook.
Yeah.
5 CS from mid lane.
Radiant's middle tower.
Adjusting 6 is going to hurt them.
Looks like Team Psychos is crumbling internally, just like the fall of Rome. They're falling apart from internal division. Haste to Death Prophet, going up against...
Cool plays by Death Prophet.
Yeah. Turns around, eats a Stormbolt to the face.
Good.
And actually, never mind. Hook on a stationary target misses. PGG level hooks flying out. And Rubik takes a fall in the meanwhile. Timbersaw able to secure that kill. Felfi and friends off to a dominating start for game number 2. While that's happening, the big bad wolf of Lycanthrope pushing down your top tower. He just picked up his Vladimir's offering 7 minutes into the game. Felfi's friend might actually get caught up by a hook. He goes for the D-ward. Pudge is hanging around. Come on, where's that hook? He finally lands it. Throws up this member. He gets revenge by killing the captain for Felfi and friends. And while that's happening, Timbersaw, he's having a phenomenal game. With maxed out Timber Chain, he's got a fantastic burst damage combination coming out. He's going to start maxing out that Whirling Death, so he's going to start hurting.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Darkseer has been given a lot of free space. Interesting to note, he chose to go for the Arcane Boots, not for the Soul Ring. Usually for Darkseer, Soul Ring is the item that you want to go for, just because it gives you that HP regeneration as well, so it makes it difficult to bully the lane. Arcane Boots is good on him, but it's just 1,450 gold, so it's 600 more on the Soul Ring. Could have instead gone for something a bit more cost efficient, so Soul Ring, then start building towards the Mechanism. You don't really need Boots on Darkseer with 2 points up in Surge, as the AO actually might get called out. Podrick flies out, catches him, Dismember, and Crystal Maiden takes the fall. Cave Fisher making up for lost time, but while that happens, his carry takes a fall. And Snap flies out while he's in tower range, but Timbersaw, he's okay with this. He's outside tower range now, throws at the Chakram. Pudge and Rubik are rotating in. Felfi's friend might actually take a fall. Never mind, they switch targets at the wrong time. Gives Felfi's friend time to back away. Timbersaw, Timber Chains out, catches out Pudge, he doesn't have mana.
Radiant should
Salvage
really do
pops over
something about
Timbersaw,
that
he might actually
Tower.
live. Throws out the Chakram, does a lot of damage over the Rubik. He gets a kill on Darkseer. Fantastic plays coming up from
Radiant's
him while
middle
that's
tower
happening.
is no more.
Jukes and Hazard coming up from Falfi's friend. He's finally called out.
Radiant's
But
top tower
Timbersaw is
has
gonna looks like he's gonna turn around, man up, get a kill over Rubik. Never mind, he backs away. Pudge eventually secures the kill on Disruptor, but Timbersaw he gets a
he's so
free
little.
kill and then just waddles away. And while that happens, 2 towers going in
that sounds
favor
good
of
for the
Falfi and friends.
Fuck.
Disconnection coming up from Pudge. And it looks like the
Radiant's
Tattoo
middle
Tower is
tower
going
is
to be
under
an
attack.
Exorcism.
That's not
Actually,
good.
Death Prophet held onto an Exorcism, so that could be a free Tattoo Tower as well.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Interesting.
Yeah, maxed out Cleave over the Stormbolt, very questionable. Rubik takes the fall with that Whirling Death.
The Radiant should really do something about that middle
It's
tower.
interesting to note that Death Prophet actually is not optimizing her Exorcism. You want to stand as close to the tower as possible when you throw out Exorcism, as the spirits have to travel
Fortified.
back to
Booyah.
you every time they launch an
Radiant's
attack. So the
middle
closer you
tower
are
is
to
under
them,
attack.
the less travel time they
That's
have, so
not
therefore the
gonna
more
hold.
attacks they get off. But interesting to see, Death Prophet actually went for Mechanism.
He did.
Yeah, I know when you guys play, you go for phase into Yules, maybe with a point booster if you're feeling cheeky. No pause coming out. The captain's actually disconnecting. He actually gets a hook. One of his teammates is microing him. Does a good job. Gets the dismember combo with that mechanism up. Death Prophet turns around. He's going to take a fall eventually. But he drags out some time. While that's happening, bot lane taking a lot of damage from the Crystal Maiden as well as the Disruptor. Darkseer forced to
Dire's top
TP
tower
out,
is
fearing the
doing
power of that
its best,
Lycan
but
Throw.
it
Still
doesn't
went
look
Treads
good.
again, so he's going for the Tried and True build he went last time. It'll be interesting to see if he chooses to go for the Medallion of Courage, or if he chooses to
Radiant's
skip it
bottom
once
tower
again.
is under attack.
It's mostly an efficiency thing for farming for DPS as well as for Roshan. Medallion of Courage gives you the most efficient
Radiant's bottom
jungle
tower is
gold
under
efficiency,
attack.
as well as for
I
ganks,
feel
as you
sad for
just
them.
press R, Medallion of Courage, and just right-click them down. 10-11 minute Blink Dagger up on Crystal Maiden. What the hell is this game?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Free farming Centaur War Runners in the off lane get it at 11 minutes. Your 5 position Crystal Maiden doesn't get 11 minute Blink Dagger unless something's horribly wrong with the game. Maxed out Crystal Nova throws it out on Darkseer. Chakram flies out, misses. Song of the Siren drop, but that's a defensive sleep.
Dire's middle tower
And
is
Pudge,
under
actually,
attack.
never mind, Pudge comes in,
There's no
hooks out the
bottom
Timbersaw,
towers
but does
on
no
both
damage to him.
Radiant's
And
top
snare.
tower is falling.
Chakram is stolen by Rubik. Great plays coming out. Sven's running in, throws out the Stormbolt with that Warcry. With his ultimate, he's beating him down. He has a Morbid Mask, but Nagastarian gets that last CS.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. About
Pause
time.
finally coming out as both the tail to mid and top have fallen during all of this. Lycanthrope having an absolute ball of a game, and it looks like the captain's actually disconnected. He's left the game. So Psycho's in Tunnel Division, they're falling apart. While that's happening, Felfi and friends doing what they do best. Taking your towers, taking your racks.
Yeah, there's some interesting being going on.
Yeah, game number
I've
1
seen the
was pretty standard. Game number 2, no idea what the hell is going on.
while.
Damage.
I don't think I've ever seen this happen before in a game. Captain just leaves and the team decide to play on, just microing the captain. He's just hanging around Darkseer with that Ion Shell, so Darkseer's using him as an Ion Shell buddy. And while that's happening, Felfi and friends rotating around, creating more space. 2,500 EXP lead for them, 7,500 gold lead. They're going for a Roshan. Without a Medallion of Courage, that's how cocky Felfi and friends are. And Mask of Madness as the first item for Sven. Really disagreeing with this, he chose to max out Cleave over Stormbolt, which also doesn't really make all too much sense, as right now, even in his old form, he's not outputting enough damage to justify the Cleave. The enemy heroes aren't going to be clumped together for long enough for you to be able to get those hits off, what with not that many points up in Vacuum and no wall from Darkseer. He's actually got maxed out Vacuum, but with no wall. It's kind of questionable. You want to max out Stormbolt just so you have that extra killing power. Stormbolt's one of the best AoE stunts in the game. Just because you can't disjoint it, it's AoE that does a crap ton of damage. That's the reason why Sven actually used to get picked up as a roaming or support hero, just because of the power of his Stormbolt. Looks like we've got Darkseer coming in, never mind, he backs away. Roshan falls, it took about a minute for Felfi to bring him down. That's the reason why Medallion of Courage is such a cool pickup on Lycan. Really increases the amount of time it takes for you to kill,
Dire's middle
decreases the amount of time
tower
it takes
is
for you to
all
kill
alone in the
Roshan.
world, being attacked.
Farming Mask of Madness, helping out Sven. In terms of net worth, we see the 5 position Crystal Maiden has more net worth than their 1 position Sven. Interesting game. Crystal Maiden still doesn't even have any points up in her ult. She just has a casual Blink Dagger. Hook actually catches out Timbersaw. He's going to take a fall. Static Storm catches out 2. Kinetic Field splits the fight. Exorcism drop. Felfie runs and he has an Ace the Immortal. He smacks down Nagasarin. Grip Swarm kills off Rubik. Corvette's taking a lot of fire in the background. Psychos 2001 might actually get a kill and play live grow. Never mind. Turns around. Bitch slaps him in the face with the Grip Swarm. GG already called 14 minutes into the game. In game number 2, a lot of build up, but ultimately anticlimactic.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen, and I don't mean in love.
Yeah, I'd hate to be Team Psychos right now. Can't imagine what's happening over in their end. And a shout out coming out from the Timbersaw.
I feel sad for them.
Hey, I hadn't casted the game for Psychos before, so they're making a great first impression. But what can you say? GG has been called, so just gonna wait for the Ancient to explode.
Maybe they're just trolling.
Yeah, maybe it could be a troll. GG, so... Necrobook has been picked up. Felfie and friends don't really care. They're so far ahead at this point. 12,000 gold lead, 15 minutes into the game. Disruptor picks up a Blink Dagger. What is this? I don't even... There is no rational reason for a Disruptor to pick up a Blink Dagger. His spells have such a high cast range, and he's got reasonably fast movement speed. There's no reason at all for him to go for it. It's just an extra fuck you item. Crystal Maiden has treads. She's more stacked than the Sven. This is the most bizarre game I've casted.
Yeah, especially after such a good game 1.
Yeah, very disappointing. But, well, there you have it, folks. 15 minutes GG for... So, Felfie and friends take a convincing 2-0 win. I don't think there are any other games on tonight. I'll do a quick double check, but I think that's it. Tomorrow there are...
I might ask Felfie if they can verse us now. I don't know if Jamie's there or not, but...
Oh, yeah, I think he just walked back in, so I'll hit him up. But yeah, that'd be fantastic. Give me just a sec. So we could actually be having a series of Felfie and friends up against the Horsemen of the Ruckus. So stay tuned. We might be back. Otherwise, I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow night. There's a bunch of games on for Thursday. So thank you for watching. 49 signing out.